Welcome back to Squawk Box, everyone. In Washington, Capitol Hill staffers negotiated late into the night, and there is another White House meeting this morning between the president and Senate Republicans. Joining us right now is Congressman Kevin Brady. He is chairman of the Joint Economic Committee. And Congressman, what do you think the odds are that A, the government will be open by Monday, and that we will have some sort of a resolution to the debt limit?
Yeah. Good morning, Becky. I don't know the timetable necessarily, but I think that the negotiations are pretty encouraging. You know, I think the approach, look, let's buy 6 weeks to come together with a solution on the debt ceiling. Let's put the budget committee back together between the Senate and the House, find a resolution to our budget figures for the next year. And then finally, let's start talking about how to reopen the government and what that final solution is on the debt ceiling. You know, I think this could be a breakthrough.
The idea of defunding ObamaCare seems to be completely off of the table at this point. Do you think that move to try and do that hurt your party in these negotiations and hurt you with the public?
You know, there is a lot of speculation about that. I do know that no president in modern history has ever repealed a major signature law that was just passed, and so that clearly was a bridge too far. Our frustration, obviously, is with that law and its impact on the economy, small businesses, really on patient care itself. But going forward, I think the bigger issue is, you know, how do we really start tackling the sustainability of Washington's finances? They're just nowhere near where they need to be. We need some real changes. And historically, the debt ceiling, as tough as it is, and I can tell you, we're not going to default on this debt. Absolutely not. But we're not going to have a blank check. We've got to make some changes. This has traditionally been the historical opportunity to have those discussions. I hope they're fruitful.
Look, at this point, Obamacare might not be quite as expensive as you thought. You apparently have to cover about 4 people so far, Kevin. That may not, I don't know if you really needed to fund those 4 people that have actually been able to sign up at this point. So might not be as big a bill as you thought.
Yeah, well, those 4 people will get a sweet deal probably from that. But, boy, the numbers that came out yesterday were awfully, I think, for the White House, disappointing. 51,000 over the first month. That works out to about a little over $1 million in the first 6 months. The White House was shooting for $7 million. So there's a real problem.
And I saw a report last night on Nightly, and they've talked to guys that roll out big systems, and they all said, you're not ready. We've looked at this. The code is not there. The software is not written.
It is not there. In fact,
so it would have been good for the White House maybe to think some kind of way to, you know, they did it with corporations, some kind of way to come to, and it probably would have been good for you guys not to try to give them a delay, to let us all see how poorly this was handled. You were both on the wrong side of the issue.
Well, it may be, but what we do know is I lead the health care subcommittee in Ways and Means. 2 weeks before the rollout, the White House had not yet sent successfully just a pilot application through exchange process. We knew it was in deep trouble. I think, you know, one of the smartest things both parties could do was say today is give Americans a choice. Don't force them in January 1st. If people want to go into this plan as an option, terrific, but back off the mandate, let this thing work itself out, give people a choice at this point.
Congressman, the 30 or so congressmen of your colleagues who were dead set on defunding Obamacare and who were happy to go over the debt ceiling, what happens to that wing of the party?
Well, I would disagree that there are 30 members of the House willing to go over the debt ceiling. Republicans are not supportive of breaching the debt ceiling. We want to see this resolved sooner rather than later. We know there are
30 people who would not pass a clean CR.
There you go.
Under any terms.
Yeah. Well, there's a big difference between the two issues. But truth is, back home, I can tell you people are just so upset about this new law. Businesses are. Certainly families are. They see special treatment for many, but not equal treatment for themselves.
But you think they've made their stand? You think they've made their stand and they will go along, or are they going to go kicking and screaming with any deal?
You know, it is hard to know at this point. What I do know is we've got to find a way out of these back-to-back financial crises. I think the country is tired of it. Later today, Amy Klobuchar, the vice chairman of Joint Economic Committee, and I are holding a hearing with 2 economists, Kevin Hassett of AEI and Mark Zandi of Moody's, about how do you find a way forward? How do we tackle the long-term challenges of the country without this crisis after crisis. I think that's the big issue at this point.
Congressman, thank you very much for your time today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.